Foreshortening in comics, which is making some body parts big and others small, can look awesome or look like a hero has a swollen hand. Sorry, Eric. I know you're a big Kirby fan, but I prefer your art way more like this. Steve Ditko was already a big foreshortening fan in the 70s, but my favorite artists who are masters at it are Humberto Ramos and the late great Carlos Pacheco, who made Joe Mad leaving X-Men a bit less painful. So let's analyze it. The idea is that one body part is closer to the camera. So for example, a punch right at us. And you see that starting from the fist, all other body parts get a little bit further. It helps if you think about it in colors. So green is the closest and red the furthest. And then it looks good if you show as many of the different colors as possible. That's why this big fist dude looks weird, because the transition is too sudden. So how do we do that? Hello! Start with a pose from the side. Let's do running. And if the camera is in front, you'll have these different distances. One fist and foot in front, and one fist and foot in the back. But check this out as the major point. This hinge here in the hip is key. Upper body goes back to that point, and the legs come out front from that point. Since the torso cube is going back, you see the top of it. And since the leg cylinder is coming front, you see the bottom of it. And then when you get to those four key elements, the fist and feet, make sure to draw the front ones bigger and the back ones smaller. Let's check out Humberto here. Feet pointing front, so huge toes, smaller in the back. And if you see how small the head is, you realize how big the degree of distortion is in that front foot. Here in McFarlane's, there's no distortion at all. Both feet the same size and head also correct in relation to the feet. Here in this one though, a bit of perspective, but not as much as Humberto. And Carlos here with a great gun perspective. That kick foot too. It's sneaky subtle because the calf and quad are drawn the same size, but our mind instinctively knows the quad is way bigger than the calf. So we create that distortion in our mind anyway. Nice difference in the hands, and the shoulder line to crotch creates some nice depth as well. This cannonball though has gotta be my favorite. Such nice curves hidden in there. Alright, so let's make one. Option sketch time, and we have a winner! Somebody falling, reaching up. Good chance to draw a nice hand. But even trickier is going to be the neck muscles though, in this one. How the neck connects to the head. And the feet. And the legs. And this will be Daredevil, of course. Fearlessly plummeting to his doom. Okay, I'll save you the hour it took tweaking the legs before I start inking. Zapow! Let's make a cover. Make my own version of this Spidey real quick. Okay, that's my entry to the challenge this time. Let's see how the participants did. And I am going to give you my take on the pose on the right. Let's start with Alexander, who sent a beautiful drawing. Since both the legs have foreshortening, they look kind of short in relation to the rest, so I might keep that bottom leg a bit longer to stretch that out. But this is definitely my favorite of his compared to what I've seen from him before. Check this one out from AwkwardPenguin. Nothing awkward about this pose. Beautiful. I love those swan dives off a roof. Gonna recreate it here. Careful with the hands though. Always check your thumbs, which side they go on. Oh yeah, gorgeous. Flying among the birds. Then I'll try with a little sketch today. Very cool. That leg looks really nice. I would maybe show a little bit of the biceps. There's a perspective shift between the middle finger and ring finger. Kind of draws my attention, so I would have kept it the same. So the pinky is seen from the bottom. Then a beautiful Supergirl from Endo. Nothing wrong with this picture, but since it's foreshortening day, I'm gonna try to do it a little bit more. Fist a bit bigger. When you're drawing a woman, you have less muscle to exaggerate, so it's always a bit tricky to keep it still feminine but distorted. This took a while, but it was a lot of fun to try to get it coming towards us. Then Andrew going for a classic distorted Spidey. That was a tough pose. I gave it a try, especially that leg that comes to the front. Would the calf be behind or in front of the head? But nice one. And I love how he did that bottom leg. I copied that one for one. Then Christopher with a nice iron fist. That's definitely foreshortening. The arm feels a little bit long though, so I would draw it maybe a bit closer to the body. Fist looks really good. Lately I've been into Joe Mad, so I like the Joe Mad staggered knuckles. Then Esponja Leche with a classic Daredevil. You be careful with this back arm, because it kind of looks like just a forearm and we miss the biceps and delt. I see you're going for front with the front arm and back with the back arm. Nice McFarlane hand. So yeah, just connect those hands to the torso. And if you can, keep the distinction between underarm, biceps, delt, and then it kind of makes our brain put the pieces together a bit better. And we have Frankie with a beautiful Spider-Man piece. But since he sent this to me 1 hour after I sent out the email, I think he had this one ready. Hence why there is not that much foreshortening in his pose. No problem. Still looks awesome, but this could be an option for adding some more dimension. Then Amadeus with a really cool one. Perfect foreshortening in that hand. I have nothing to add what he did. Then we have Ian with a nice original character. Here again, I want to see more of the front arm, and a way is to move that arm a little bit up. Then you also have kind of a graceful curve that comes from the wand and goes to the back arm. And here we have Kashek, and I love it. Really original angle, so I'm gonna give it a try too. I would add some more distortion in the upper body, so looking at the upper body from the bottom as well. Maybe showing that other arm holding a rope. Make sure the butt curves go into the upper leg. And of course, that hair won't stay straight. Some wind in the hair. Then Otis with a classic one. Triangle. The Rob Liefeld stuff we all love. Double guns. Classic. Here another triangle from Lazlo. The Vulture. Yeah. Nothing wrong with this. I would maybe make the fists a bit bigger and maybe have those wings go all the way to the front. This Batman here from Lukas is also a very good piece. Nice retro vibe. I just feel the biceps and triceps are too thin compared to the underarm. Nothing wrong with drawing a skinny Batman, but maybe just draw the biceps a bit more. Sock. Moosey stool. Very cute. But this is foreshortening week, so maybe something like... Then Paul with a beautiful Joker. His take on what Barbara would have seen if she had looked through the door in The Killing Joke. Good idea to do that fish-eye perspective. Just an idea. Maybe then also some more distortion on the face. Especially the eye. Could be the closest thing. Then check out Coarse Punch. Beautiful. Very realistic. And you might now be thinking about that example from the beginning, but this is actually, if you recreate it, perfect realistic perspective because the underarm, biceps and shoulder are hidden behind the fist. So yeah, perfect. Alright, that was it. I hope you enjoyed it and got some energy to give it a try yourself. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thumbs up, always appreciated. And catch you next time.